Hey there. So, are you getting a little tired of staring at long lists of vocabulary words, just hoping they'll magically stick in your brain? Yeah, me too. Well, guess what? Today, we're going to throw out those boring flashcards. We're trying something completely different, something that's actually fun, and believe me, unforgettable. Does this look familiar to you? Just a bunch of words and pictures all lined up, waiting for you to memorize them. But let's be real for a second. How many of those do you actually remember a week later? It can work, sure, but it's not exactly an adventure, is it? So what if we could turn learning into an experience you literally can't forget? Okay, this is where the magic really begins. We are stepping out of the ordinary and into a world that's been built just for your memory. It's a place where every single object has a story to tell, and every story helps a new word stick with you for good. So, on the left, you've got the everyday, the standard stuff. But on the right, that's the unforgettable. We are leaving that quiet, normal kitchen scene far behind, and we're about to walk right into a surreal feast for the senses. You ready to find out how a moose, a giraffe, and a magical frog can teach you French? Let's dive in. And just like that, here we are. Our journey starts right now. As we step into this dining room, you can see there's this long table set for a very, very strange dinner party. Let's get a little closer and check out the place settings, because I promise you, nothing here is what it seems. The very first thing that catches your eye is the tablecloth. Except, hold on, it's not a cloth at all. It's a huge, incredibly detailed map of California's Napa Valley wine region. That map, the nap, is our tablecloth, La Nap. And what about the plates? Oh, they are not for food. Nope. Each one is a little golden asset, kind of like a game piece from some high-stakes Monopoly game being played out across that valley map. Your golden asset is right there on your plate. L'assiette. Now, next to your plate, you'll see a knife, and this thing is unbelievably sharp. I mean, it is so sharp it could slice right through that thick winter coat it's resting on without any trouble at all. That knife is le couteau. Don't even think about soup. Your spoon is holding something way, way stranger. It's a tiny, shivering, and, well, frankly, a very strange little alien creature. This strange little thing is in your spoon, la cuillère. And you have got to check out your bowl. This isn't just any old bowl. It's shaped exactly like the Vince Lombardi Super Bowl trophy. That's right, you're eating out of a champion's bowl, le bowl. Right in the middle of the table, the main serving dish is, wait for it, an architectural blueprint. It's this large flat platform, a plan for a new skyscraper. The main dish, that big serving plate, is le plat. Feeling thirsty? Need some water? Well, the carafe isn't made of glass. Oh no, it's an actual living giraffe, bending its long neck down to pour water right into your glass. Your water jug is la carafe. Okay, so the table is all set. Now it's time for the main event. The food is on its way, and trust me when I say, this is less of a meal and more of a wild, unforgettable performance. Let's see what's going on. First up, we've got the salt and pepper. For salt, picture a tiny man trapped inside a jail cell. That's our salt shaker. And the pepper, well, his cellmate is escaping by riding a spiky pufferfish. So salt is le sel and pepper is le pauvre. And right next to them, the olive oil bottle has this huge, squeaky hamster wheel attached to it. As for the vinegar, the bottle itself is shaped like a twisting grapevine growing all the way up to the ceiling. So oil is l'huile and vinegar is le vinaigre. At the head of the table, we have our guest of honor. It's a giant moose, and he is making an absolute disaster of things with the mustard, mayonnaise, and ketchup. He's got it everywhere, all over his antlers. We've got la moutarde, la mayonnaise, le ketchup. Oh, and you have to see this poor loaf of bread. It's literally crying out in pain. And why? Well, because a stick of butter is using it as a skateboard, just grinding back and forth on its crust. The bread is le pain, and the butter is le beurre. Okay, this is just brilliant. There's a massive wheel of cheese being rolled across the floor by a giant frog. And get this, the frog is wearing a pointy magician's hat, a mage's hat, a frog mage for the cheese. Le fromage. And now, for the entertainment. A young chicken, a pullet to be exact, is conducting this totally bizarre orchestra. A slab of raw meat is playing the cello, and a fish is singing opera, but its song is literal poison to your ears. So we have chicken, le poulet,
meat, la viande, and fish, le poisson.
All right, after that interesting performance, it's time for the grand finale of our feast. Let's check out the absolutely unforgettable desserts and drinks that this surreal gathering has to offer. The produce section here is a little unusual. We've got fresh vegetables sprouting from a pair of walking human legs, and right next to that, the fruits are dangling from the toes of a tree that looks exactly like a giant human foot. So, vegetables are les légumes, and fruits are les fruits. For dessert, check this out. A magnificent castle gate made entirely of chocolate cake swings open, and inside, a very sassy-looking tart is having a snowball fight, but she's throwing scoops of ice cream at a statue made of solid glass. So the cake is le gâteau, the tart is la tarte, and the ice cream is le glace.
And what about drinks? Over in the corner, a little baby calf is just calmly sipping coffee inside a tiny teepee. Just outside, there's a whole lake of milk, and a giant juice box is floating in it like a boat. That's got us covered for coffee, le café, tea, le thé, milk, le lait, and fruit juice, le jus de fruits.
Okay, let's just hit pause for a second. Go ahead, close your eyes if you want, and just revisit that room in your mind. Can you see the giraffe pouring water? What about the messy moose covered in condiments? The bread crying in pain? Or the little calf in its teepee? The more vivid you make these pictures in your head, the more these words are going to stick with you forever. What we've just done here is build a memory palace, a feast for your mind. And it works because your imagination is one of the most powerful learning tools you have, period. So that really just leaves us with one question. If you can build a scene this wild just to learn a few words, what else can you build? What else can you learn? Thanks for joining.